So I was thinking about cooking something. And I thought about this scene from Goodfellas when they're in prison, and he has a razor blade, and he's shaving off the garlic. You know, and that's pretty thin. You know, I have a very difficult time doing it with a knife. A razor would probably be a lot easier. You know, but you gotta get it in the fingers. And yeah, I mean, it's just such a sharp blade, and it's so small. You could do it, and the way he's holding it, you know, it's yeah, it's it's actually pretty good. You know, probably could do it faster too, but then you probably shave off a little bit thicker on one end than you really want to. Here, let me play that. Yeah, see, here he goes. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. I mean, if your fingers are clean, it's alright. You know, just tap it. I wouldn't even touch it.
Had a meat or a fish. Paulie did the prep work. He was doing a year for contempt, and he had this wonderful system for doing the garlic. He used a razor, and he used to slice it so thin that he used.
I have a big, it's not a butcher knife, but it's pretty thick. I kind of do it with that, you know, but the thing is, I mean, that garlic looks really soft. Mine is too. You know, it's almost, I gotta get a really fresh garlic. I could go on how I was walking down the river and there was just like these balls. And I pierced, I smelled it, and it was garlic, and it was just so pure garlicky taste. Like you can't buy that in the store. I mean, you do buy the garlic heads, break it up, and you do have a scent. That natural garlic that you grow in your garden, it's just unbelievable scent. You know, I could go on about Goodfellas, this and that. You know, it's like it's kind of sad and ironic that they ended up prison. That's when Paulie had a good system of cutting the garlic. The boys, we ain't know that back home. And it's like, I guess you're forced in that life, you have to do it. Pretty sure he did it before too, But people go in there, it's like, well, you got, maybe you can, and they were sneaking in foods, through the prison and stuff, but maybe they do that too. Maybe you can sneak something in, make you buy something, right? And, you're forced to cook. Yeah, I have a little bit creepy stuff right there. It's a mall. Yeah, I got a mall. Anyway, yeah, you're confounded to something like that. So you have to not just survive. You want to eat a little bit better too. Prison food, jail food, hospital food, even plane food. Isn't all that great. After a couple of days, weeks, months, you just get tired of it. Especially when people tell you when you can or cannot eat. That's another thing. Imagine, you waiting for the food, or you're not really hungry, but that's 2 or 3 times you eat a day, and it's very skimpy and small. People don't think like that. People don't think that survival mode. You have to survive someplace. They always have a McDonald's a couple blocks away or something like that. Or you go to your local supermarket, you buy, or your deli, and you just buy prepared food. Somebody has to do that. It can't be just sitting on the internet all day playing video games and getting paid for it. It's really not that simple. I mean, it's probably things. It's probably, I know people think that oh, you're in the kitchen, so you probably you're homosexual, right? And you got a little apron and shit with a cute little whatever. Like you don't really have to have an apron. I mean, I get their apron like that, but I mean, unless I don't even care. I have so many work shirts that I don't need an apron. You know, it's a stereotype and a showcase of a narrow mind. Someone that says that. There's a lot of men and guys that they prepare food and do it pretty well. But anyway, I forgot I was going with this. It's just that it just resonated with me because I want to do garlic, and except I want to do ginger too, except I also want to use a saucepan, and I don't want to use water. I could use water to get the extract from the garlic and the ginger, but I guess I got to pull out of oil, and I use extra virgin olive oil before I had canola. And those oil cooking oils are for different frying or cooking methods. That's what I read. I mean, I would even know? I always used to just put butter in there, and I also have coconut oil. Coconut oil is a lot healthier. At least that's what I read. And yeah, I'm just it just that scene. I always remember that scene. Even Billy Bass from Goodfellas. I mean, it was just some creepy, crazy stuff going around. It was in the 80s. All that stuff happened. You know, yeah, someone might have known somebody because it was on the East Coast, Jersey and New York. Yeah, plane got ripped off for like a couple $1 million. Yeah. The main person in this movie starts off. Ray Liotta plays him. You know, uh, can't think of his name off the top of my head right now. He's a real person. Real person that like supposedly snitched on people. Told that so did he in the movie. I don't know if it's scene by scene it's exactly like that, but probably did a lot of other stuff too they didn't talk about. Him and the other people. But I mean, is Goodfellas the best gangster movie out there? Probably. Is it is it that real? There's certain things that are Casino and all those movies. But I just I think about The Sopranos. Uh, Tony Soprano, the character. He's just like a big blob and stuff. The guy just I mean he knew certain things, but it was just like he was street. His street language, his street sense. He could pick things up, this and that. Maybe he could run a business. He get a couple girls, this and that. He got money from this and that. He was in the family. His uncle was, a gangster. So he followed. He did like they would steal everything. Trucks and stuff. They had guys to do it. And I mean, he was a boss, but he was a muscle. And he was an aggressor. That's what that is. That's all those guys are. They rob and steal and they push people around. That's all they do. You know. I mean, another thing. Uh, uh, Tony Soprano, Gandolfini. He was an 8 millimeter. Yeah, he was creepy and disturbing movie. But and then I remember hearing that Gandolfini actually wanted to be a mobster. So I mean, maybe he got turned on to that. I don't even care anymore. But it's like whether I met him, this and that, I don't even care to tell that story. I don't give a damn anymore. The guy was how he was. A lot of these actors, they do what they do, this and that. The matter is, and Gandolfini is a person. Would he know what a good pasta is like? Would he know how to make a good pasta or a good sauce? What to put in it? And I bought the sauce store bought and it just wasn't that good. I thought it was good. It wasn't any ragu. That's why people told ragu. I don't even know that. It just and I want to take that sauce, but I want to put more things in it. I don't know how to make my own. Maybe I should, but I never had experience with that. And I don't know if this would be that good. But it did add some stuff to the sauce. And did take one picture. I didn't like how this came out. It was good. It was okay. But for some reason, I wanted to put carrots. I put carrots in it. I put carrots in. I never had carrots in pasta sauce, spaghetti sauce. And they were okay, but they could have been sweeter. I should have caramelized the carrots and made them a lot sweeter, and put actual real basil in it as well instead of scallions. I put scallions in. I was like, why did I put scallions? And I didn't have any basil. It got ruined. Another thing about basil, you shouldn't leave it in the fridge for a day or two. I have a basil plant right now, and fresh basil is the best. Except another thing is I don't know how to, I guess, chop it up and stuff, and get the real taste, because I'm not gonna eat a pasta with like basil. I don't know, maybe not, but I want to get the flavor of basil. Dry basil, that would be probably better, right? The works, you could do so much with that. And I don't know if they do it back in Italy. They put the carrots, but when you go to a restaurant here, and there's authentic restaurants like that. Is it just like it is from Italy, like they started? Because there's so many things you could do with the pasta. All I'm saying, is that hey, paisan, countryman, right? Well, I'm not familiar, never been there, but I do like some of the stuff they have. A lot of good food, and it's all about just making it better and enjoying it, right? Surviving, not getting pushed around by people that they have muscle, have money, and they cripple you, take your life away, and they don't even know what good pasta